I'm in Fort Myers, and I saw Dr. Gruning yesterday for my first appointment. I'm in so much pain. I'm in so much pain. I want to get out of this bed so bad. But I flew all day I flew all day Monday, and then I had my appointment with him Tuesday at 11. I've had to use so many Ubers, and oh my gosh, the Uber rides have been terrible. I finally figured out what I was doing wrong. I was getting the whatever, I can't remember what, but I was getting the just randomly picking an Uber, and I was ending up with being in the back seat, burning up, like feeling like I was in a sauna. And I'm like, I think if I opted for a comfort Uber, that I may not burn up. So going to Dr. Gruning's office yesterday, I did the comfort option. Y'all, it was so funny. I had to pick my communication preference, so I said no talking, because since I've been here, none of the Uber drivers have talked to me, and I figured out it's because none of them speak English. And so I said no talking, and then for comfort, I had to pick between warm and cool, so I picked cool. And I was in a Toyota, I can't remember, but I was in the back seat. It's like kind of like a SUV. And so I had my own controls for the air. And she had it like on 62, and I was freezing. So I kept turning it back up to 70. And every time I would turn it back to 70, a few minutes later, I would watch her. She would be turning it back down, and it was only controlling the air in the back because she had her air set on 70. I was like, lady, I'm doing this, but I didn't dare say anything to her because I knew she didn't speak English, because every time I would try to talk to my Uber drivers, they would just go, and they wouldn't. It was like they couldn't understand what I was saying, so I just didn't even try. Anyway, twice I turned it up to 70, and twice she turned it back down to 62. So finally, no, wait a minute, that was coming home. That was coming home from coming back to the hotel from my appointment yesterday, because on my way to Gruning's yesterday, I got my notebook out of my bag and I held it up to my face because the sun was killing me. Finally, y'all, this is how bad my brain is. I'm so cognitively impaired. Finally, I had 7 minutes left on my Uber ride, and I said, you dumbass, go move over to the other side of the seat. So I moved over to the driver's side so that I wasn't sitting in the hot sun. And y'all, here's what's crazy. She started off with like a short sleeve shirt on, and y'all, I was burning up. I was sweating. Halfway through the ride, she put a sweater on. I'm like, lady, how can you be freezing cold? I am on fire back here. So anyway, if you're Ubering in Florida, get the comfort. Anyway, that's not the point. I'm here to say, I keep waiting. I keep saying I'm going to wait to do a video until I feel better, until I have more energy, until my brain is working better. And I just decided, no, you need to document how you're feeling now, because I will really want to document my healing journey, because I feel like, I mean, y'all, I really do feel like good things are going to happen, but it really, in the back of my mind, I just think to myself, how am I going to survive this? It's going to be so hard. I mean, he's given me homework to do, and it's hard stuff. It's really hard stuff. And the thing is, you know, I've always been so strong and always been so capable, but this illness, you know, it changes you. I'm in so much pain all the time, and my brain honestly does not work properly. And I'm tired. I'm not tired, y'all. I'm exhausted to my core. I'm exhausted to my core. And when I try to do things when I feel that way, I you know, it's like I'm unsteady on my feet, and it's risky. It's just so risky because A, you get worse. If you push yourself when you're feeling that way, it makes you so much worse. And B, you I can't even think of the words to describe it. But like I almost fell. I almost doing something yesterday. I almost fell, and it was because sorry, when I cry, my nose is the. Since I've been here, one of the great things is my sinuses have not been bothering me. And y'all, I've lived with horrible sinus issues my entire adult life, which is another sign of CIRS and of Marcons. So since I posted in the Shoemaker Protocol Facebook group, I've been talking to several women via private message, and I'm sharing the protocols, and not the protocols, I'm sharing all the papers that Dr. Gruning gave me with people, and I'm talking to people in the private message, which makes me think I need to start a YouTube, and I need to just talk about all of this, because in replying to each person individually just takes a lot of time. So I figure if I start a YouTube and just talk about all this, people can comment and ask their questions under the video, and that way I can answer the questions there, and then everybody can benefit from seeing the answers and the questions. So that's why I decided to whip out my camera today and make my first video. This is challenging, y'all. This is really hard because I feel like, I'm really cognitively impaired, and I really want to do this right and not, make it valuable to other people. So anyway, I'm just decided, don't wait until you think it's perfect. Just do it now. Anyway, so it's 10 a.m. on Wednesday. I fly home tomorrow. My plan was to get up and be on the beach from 9 until 11, and I'm still here in bed because I don't feel good. And it's like, I know if I tried to walk to the beach now that it would be so challenging to get to the beach, and I would feel my heart rate go up, and I would be very short of breath, and I'd feel like I'm going to pass out, and then I'd start questioning myself, should I really be out in the sun? And what if it's like I question whether it's smart to try to go sit on the beach for a couple hours, because then is it going to make me completely miserable trying to fly home Thursday morning? Because y'all, the flight from Pensacola to Atlanta, I was in so much pain. The seat was so uncomfortable. Luckily, I forgot to get assigned seating for my second leg of my flight from Atlanta to Fort Myers, and they assigned me seating, which I was in the comfort seating. So that seat was so much better, so much better. I just watched a movie. I popped in a movie on the flying has changed so much since I've flown last. I just had this movie, and I plugged in it was so much better than the old days. Anyway, I watched a movie, and by the time the movie was over, we were in Fort Myers. But it was bad. They didn't serve any food because of turbulence. So I didn't prepare well. I didn't have any snacks with me. So, this has really been a challenge. And I know to the average person, not having a snack feels like nothing. But when you have CIRS and you have the problems that I have, not having a snack when you need a snack can really cause some issues. So, and it just turned into a nightmare. But guess what? I survived. I ended up coming alone. Callie was supposed to come with me, but that didn't work out. And I was determined. I said, I don't care. I'm going alone. I will make it. And yes, it's been extremely challenging, but I made it, y'all. I made it. And my visit was so good yesterday. And I'm just so happy that I finally found a doctor that I feel confident in, because I've been through a lot of doctors that have made me worse, or just made me not worse, but just took a lot of money from me. And like the first shoemaker doctor I went through, I need to do the first shoemaker doctor that I went to. I need to do a video on that because he started me on everything on day one. That is not the way you're supposed to do it. And anyway, I was just so sick back then. And I tried, and the first step is you have to get out of mold. You have to get out of mold. I mean, duh. And I was staying with my mom in her townhouse, and she had mold. And she knew that she had water leaks before I even got there, but she didn't tell me. She had one window that was leaking, and her back door was leaking. And her landlord was nice and tried to remediate while I was living there, but they didn't remediate properly. And the ERMI was bad. And then my sisters got frustrated because I hadn't healed, and I'm like, the first step is you have to be out of mold or you're not going to heal. And nobody takes that step seriously. Yes, it's the hardest step, but it has to be done. So that's why I moved into my new construction healing cottage, which is 800 square feet, and I absolutely love it. But guess what? Since I've been there, my nose has stayed stopped up, and I do feel like I'm doing better there, but I'm still feeling like there might be mold there, and I'm really sad about that. So Dr. Gruning said as soon as I get back to do the ERMI. But the good news is, since I've been here in Fort Myers, my sinuses haven't bothered me one bit, and that's really probably a first in over 20 years. I mean, I've lived on sinus medication, and anyway, that's enough for my first video. I'm going to post this to YouTube. I don't think it's perfect. I don't think it's great. But I need to document my journey because I do think I'm going to start getting better. I do think it's going to be really, really hard. And I want to be able to direct people to watch these. In my next video, I'll go over my appointment that I had with Dr. Gruning. I'll go over all the tests that he ordered, and I'll go over the paperwork that he gave me. And I'll even maybe include a video of his office so y'all can see. It's bare bones. It's not fancy at all. He is just minimal, because he doesn't charge as much as these other doctors. You know, I wanted to see Dr. Heyman, but he was $10,000 just to make your first appointment. And I thought, what if he turns out to be like Dr. Owen Brink? And I can't risk giving a doctor $10,000 not knowing. It was too risky. So when I found Dr. Gruning and listened to his philosophy and his background, and then at the time he was only charging $400 for his first visit, which I was like, oh, this is a no-brainer. I mean, this guy sounds like he's the answer for me. But unfortunately, before I got my first appointment, he had raised his price to $500, which, y'all, it always happens. So get in to see these doctors before the prices go up or their policy changes. Like in the beginning, he used to help anybody that was going through a lawsuit. Now he's not seeing any patients if they're in a lawsuit. And y'all, that's soul crushing to people. That is soul crushing. Anyway, I've learned, get into these doctors early before they change their policy, because they get burned out. They see how much work it's going to be, and then they have to make changes. But in the beginning, a lot of them, just don't charge what they need to charge because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work on their end. It's a lot of work on our end. And I'm going to have to make a lot of changes with my diet, which is going to be extremely hard. But luckily, he started me on some supplements for my gut, which I've been wanting to do. But y'all, for the last 3 or 4 years, for the last forever, I've been trying to navigate this on my own. I've been trying to, pick supplements that I thought would help me. And when you're this cognitively challenged, it just wasn't working. So when he You know, he spent a lot of time feeling my thyroid. He did a really good, thorough physical exam. And he palpated my abdomen. You know, the last doctor I saw, in her notes, she put that my abdomen was non-tender. She didn't even touch my abdomen. And I've never had a non-tender abdomen. So when he actually examined me and paid attention to my abdomen, I was like, thank you, Lord Jesus, because I'm tired of these doctors not knowing what they're doing. And I mean, they think they know, but they just don't know what they don't know, you know? I'm just tired of it. So anyway, don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. I won't quit until I'm healed, and I know I'm in the right hands now. So for everybody out there that's struggling, I will try to share all my information with you, and just implement, just do what you can do. Just implement any steps you can implement. Get out in the sun, get out and breathe fresh air. Just do baby steps, because you know, a lot of people can heal with doing minimal. A lot of people are going to require more. So maybe something that I share with you will be something new that might help you, and we will get there. We will heal. And when I get well, my hopes are to become a nurse practitioner for CIRS, and I would love to start a free clinic. I don't know if it's possible, but we will see. Wouldn't that be great? My daughter wants to go to nursing school, and I'm begging her to be a nurse practitioner for CIRS too. I would be in heaven if she and I could work together. And anyway, her dad wants her to be a CRNA since he's an anesthesiologist. But I'm like, no, you don't want to be a CRNA. You want to be a CIRS nurse practitioner. Y'all, I can't breathe now. Anyway, I'm in Florida. Maybe I'll go on the beach today for briefly. But anyway, if you can get down here to see Dr. Gruning, I highly recommend it. And I'll make another video soon going over everything that he talked about. Thanks for watching.